Alright, abusia me mo bibia kwaba na yem founder yem platform yi eso. Adiachi na do you know something? Yen na yenim de ekoso ewo Ghana embrase bidwom. I mean Parliament of Ghana. And Andrew na me hwe interview bi yankasa ye Speaker of Parliament Alban Bagwen. Na utie nsem a owura no eka utimi so owura we wadi politics ache for a long period of time, and also the capabilities of being fairness, and also or try say will be making everything success. Penny judgment na eba last Tuesday or suspend the parliament ni him say majority for no, she say a minority. Let me take speaker's verdict, because Supreme Court no you be as Parliament emma ni decision you interfere. That one let us get it right. But uti andra ni ruling no the bar out. That was Tuesday, and they say current minority caucus in Parliament led by Yura Afenyo Markins omo recall Parliament to come so that government business can be continued, and a lot of things can be get to success. And tia me say can any information be a manya any say sa strategy na omo pese omo di speaker samba na ombe opin parliament no yin say MPP fo aye ni omo tie kurom hayi aka mreti ya wa kitwe bi na omo akwati no opposition. That one dey so be any mana meboa ebi me producer ni nim but media minim aka mreti ya wa kitwe no omo akwati no opposition enti na omo pese omo try anything possible to make sure say omo bejeje bosia, and then saying matisa omo pese omo kwaji another loan sika twitwiri die pa na omo beche mo say be omo continue position for a long period of time. They will be able to manage their lives. But utie speaker and sema oka and interview na TV3, let me be specific, TV3, and give that credit to them. TV3 for nini have in fact it's like unyanye na adwin say obibi, unless say ni decision be aye firm. I don't know minim sha moti na make kana sia say no MPP for na omo fro omo ho say omo ye majority in parliament no maybe say speaker BCC would they call themselves minority or majority? That is the argument here. And no na say speaker so adopt some strategy business Simon dia me bia I will address you, or you sit at the left hand side of the parliament or of the speaker, and we know say obi obetina left biano and wo ko ejani nseni faso in say ejani nseni faso de heaven straight into ejani nseni faso no majority caucus and ejani nse binkum so hell, and to hell what is it when are your madwindwin ayo madwindwin na owura ye frɛ no Justice Kweku Anan ababontin de ensem bi abeto edwa na mepese yebekɔ ne yakwakotie Justice Kweku Anan ensem odi to edwa efa the current leadership of MPP caucus in Parliament, and your Speaker Alban Bagwen they really know the Bible thing. Anyhow, and more recall or more who says power pass power. Intino. Person we be na speaker a Bible thing na utimi ebe reopen parliament or recall the members of parliament na omosandi omudumadi esiseso. Yenkoti Justice Kweku Anan and some of the two idwa brana or the front line live program no edishise so yenkoti no fa bre koba ya ka bia no me de beto so e wo yam platform we so mesro say obe like dwumadi ne na wa share na wa subscribe na de comment atom yenkotie nsem na emfambra yakopon hiraw
Kwadwo Tremantin and a few others suffered the same. And I got for Murefi. But the move be coffee in there. And I do it. Have a shiroff. Moon say, Ebra Alan Kwadwo Tremantin and some Sembi and a pet and MPP for Trocrata. MPP for a Trocrata and Miricatu. Woman Dimirika to say Philistine a soldier for krika. And woman de crat and better Ghana for him said from ene echo Alan Kwadwo Tremantin Hobson Yalvi Adoye and a former communications director friend simple I'll be MP for identity Chalemo for Dinim Remy. There were about how many of them Yalboabe Asamoah and a big kika ho and ye ho kika ho NPP we is uncle funi nedi na no maybe someone adwi say adan and no de man fe no so uncle supreme and a court ne ka ho ana omonye members of parliament india sema but ade ba ko esi e hye no so no say hwe yi supreme court ne to nchen yi parliament to nchen. The political organization anka say ye NPP no mwanka samo law no the laws of NPP are explicitly clear and ever since this party was formed in 1992 adia moya modia ye adwuma fiti mamirim ebesi nne eba ne say na mebawo nti is it the first time obi cross the carpet and obi equal independence MPP mi bisa mo monim na egu ase monim egu ase mo se onyankopon na ye ka no yeso ofa ne bo onto no ntem yes and the Ghanaians mo hwa de a significant portion of their constitutional powers have been taken from the president. Oh yes, and amunim President Akufo-Addo na so e shirof so the president remained the president, but you know he's an executive president and power is heavily concentrated at the central government. Yes, Anam. And the president in the war powers be brea. Just say parliament be kahu na fi president ne dwuma no na eden na edimu prekope. Ebria menemo ka say President Adodankwa Akufo-Addo a certain form of power a ekura no that he must exhibit that power, he must what? Pull that power from the legislative house, you know, and then a new horse abuse. Simahu. Na onyankopon amma asemimua. Between now, I'm making and they're saying, is it 45 days, 45 more days left to go to the polls, you know? So onyankopon in Senegal and Sra Bemua. President Akufo-Addo own to me trade my forecast. There will be so many things he need money to, you know, he need money to sort them out. I'm telling you, including say other statutory bodies bia some beboa elections we yen can find my own. Nyane photo oni power. Sabria mika say sa 2 minute woman penny and semwa obetime use the majority in the house, in the August house. That majority no have been shut down, short circuited. No, onti me. And I read a special report, a special edition on the day bow, and want to brace yourself. But my menu we answer. Happy special birthday. Yenin kain entia di biase wa hase. My member message is no there more dosun ye. My memra let me see. Zigma say hi kweku. Yes, you're not Boache Safo or say Boache Safo Sapon say I am watching you. And the Ghana's legislative house, both are organs of the state. All right? Both are organs of the state. And obin Timin Kasem, Supreme Court, one of your to me will be so and nipa nete ho. Chalem John Ken, what in your crime? Now, Farouk or say apel or say bones or say good works, my man. Maybe now, I told you guys in a few hours documents be unity. Now, some documents now one dia bano. One more per se. One more year says Speaker Alban Kingsford Smana Bagbin. A few more be speaker no. So when we say speaker no woni tumia or the year juma. Inti a few more be speaker no say speaker no enye den onye the so until now they are invoking a lot of constitutional articles and standing orders. But you know what? If the Supreme Court a ruling and now so by say this is an indefinite injunction. The speaker comes yesterday on the 22nd of October and also says an indefinite adjournment. So which is which? It gives a clear, the Supreme Court made a preposition, the speaker also comes and states his position. So both man must understand that the balance of power is within the equilibrium, period. The balance of power is at play and both are on the equilibrium and nobody can sink the other state organ. No. Now the Supreme Court, the Chief Justice, ebetime is speaker nedi. Yeah, take notes. Speaker no, Chief Justice betime nedi. Our powers will betime di nedi. But speaker no so our powers or this scrutinizing Chief Justice the budget or spending. In fact, the budget that makes the whole Supreme Court. Without money, the Supreme Court is not Supreme Court. But Parliament have the powers to scrutinize the judiciary, including to summon the Chief Justice and any dom to appear before the August House and explain ABCD. And failure on the Supreme Court or the judiciary to explain ABCD of what this money was used for, the House can summon the Chief Justice for so many contempts and otherwise. Oh yes, Ghanaians. Oh, I'm trying to show you the balance of power. Bagbin, I know Speaker Bagbin way back, and hey, Debbie, I will not allow anybody to confuse my listeners and viewers. No, folks, until I may say from a Wednesday or Friday, hey. You see, the draftsmen of the 1992 Constitution derived from the the Consultative Assembly. The Consultative Assembly and all the roadmap, those individuals were not naive. They were not doing this thing. I mean, they were not doing it in a naivety. No, they knew. And they knew said this day will come. They knew this day will come. And it's beginning to look as though under the control of President Adodankwa Akufo-Addo has made the Supreme Court assaulted Parliament severally and overly. And this is an affront to the 1992 Constitution, and we must call them to order. No. Come on. In any case, let's look at something here. Parliament, there were three structures fundamentally or the operating. Parliament, let's try and see if we can figure it out. Say Parliament, one, or your autonomous body. Two, Parliament is a house of records. Three, Parliament, yes, one or the third one, Babeka. Folks, can you guess it? Or a master of his own rules. Munkobisa NPP, go and ask your late your late JH Mensa, Munkobisa no. Munko go na Munkobo JH Mensa, nen nanum mumbum JH nekre Munkobisa no. Absolutely rubbish. A drew moment 10 and him guasia and him when guasia and you are trying to force and twist the Supreme Court's hands. Na judge for na muguono, munye careful. Ghanaians, are you aware? Say, the 5-member panel now, yedi assembly come on in less than or if like 24 hours. Next Supreme Court panel 5 no matter say no mama dear an interlocutory injunction on Parliament. By the way, go and figure out but go and figure out how many of them are when we are panel members of the 5-member committee. The same members, sat on Judge Kwesi's case. Are you aware, Ghanaians? Are you aware of that? Are you aware? The 5-member committee now, panel no mutna, same ways, two of them sat on Judge Kwesi's case. And then why? But you have to understand one thing, Ghanaians and the Supreme Court, with the greatest of respect, Parliament is a grounds. It's a fertile grounds for politics. The Supreme Court, and your politics. But Parliament is a grounds, it's a platform for politics. Therefore, what is your business there? What is your business in that august house? How? As you're saying. And ever since in our political jurisprudence, the first of its kind, that the Supreme Court is trying to step over its bounds and interpret something for the legislative house, when in actual sense the legislative house Nankasana is what is the, that is where we enact laws. That's what we Supreme Court we interpret law. Parliament in the Shishem. So the duty bound on Parliament cannot, will not, and may not be it's completely inexplicable. And I'm saying, Chief Justice, please step aside. Allow Parliament to work. Allow Parliament to work. NPP, Mwankasa, Mo Party Mrano, Ekaseng, NPP, Mo Constitution, Article 9, Article 3, I don't want to be quoting many of them, but Mwankasano, may say, NPP, your political constitution, what does the constitution say? Nene me bebo tapes naturally. Enra, ye bisa MP for Ensawom Adreji. Anodompre, Frank Anodompre, ye bisa ne say, hey, Anodompre. Eba ne say, and in the case of referencing formula, what did you people do? I didn't see Cynthia Morrison and wine away there, and the more person we say. Ubatia some or kind, let me look at them. Despicable fellows. Absolutely despicable fellows. You want to perpetuate falsehood. You want to perpetuate a constitutional crime against the consciousness of the mother constitution. No way. And anybody, whether you are the Chief Justice or any judge, no one superintendent this unconstitutional what? Trust me, a change of government, you'll be in trouble. I can assure you. Let me sign this caution to them. This is not a threat, but I'm saying any judge, you want to come on the shoulders of impunity and abuse the constitution by any pressure or force from the executive to perpetuate this crime, this constitutional crisis. Trust me, a change of government, bear in mind, say, whoa, you and the citizens of this country, because listen to me, NPP, no. When it comes to the laws of Ghana, NPP, it is a power to the people. We make the constitution, and everything that must come on the shoulders of interpreting the law or otherwise, whichever way, does not lie in the bosom of 2 or 3 group of miscreants in Ghana's parliament who feel so no for this one, because we find ourselves in danger. So let's try and bring exert a certain force on the speaker to do it right this way for us. Absolutely rubbish. And pechisam, ma bodam, mo yare, nyakupon apa musuntama, ema mwenime guase, enim guase for, enya semwa, adia members of parliament, ene ekwa kwa yenwe, enra, weni na anam mo supporters, akwa kugu honra, na msi look at them. Look at them. Your supporters were also caught in the crossfire. How? As you are saying, Yakoba Trede. Folks, Ejanadi, hey, womu ye bibia say, womu the pressure ebe to speak on us. And ye But you see, Mami can be yamra main business. So, Makacha na dream say, Hopsin Yalvi Adoye, Obi Rifia. Because you be a year Hopsin. Ya Boabia Samoa, Allen, Quadrutramantin, and many more, including Boniface Abubakar Sadiq Yedibiyan, many more, including members of parliament. It's a DNA at this time, we. They're now hitting toe, yes. Would be plenty of them? More constitution there can. And we see, it cannot be say your constitution is at crossroads with the mother constitution. No. What we say? No. Former Speaker Aaron Kwe, a ruler and the Mukamanu to me say, the Anamanko Supreme Court. I'm a bottom for. You go come to Kwe, na me am me demo tell me say ma dwene nya adwuma mo pese mo ma Ghana for ye hohuru anim kosoro ye be hohuru abefom sane yanko the order come on and will be kind of or say the world order must be rewritten again, but not the order of Ghana. The order of Ghana is still in order line. Yeah, Mamu will not allow you people to rewrite our history. No. I didn't speak Michael Kwediano and the man cited Okweno for wrongdoing. I didn't mind, yes, sir. I didn't mind, yes, sir. I didn't mind nipa bonny for sir. No more say hypocrites, sir. Why? No, what's going on? Last minute way, Nyankopon Omani Ghana dio. And they be some catch them say the saints are praying. Some come I say the saints are praying. And what we for bompa you. Be catch them na mo hwe bibiye na mo pese mo de mo nsa keka Nyankopon nim a Nyankopon ni a obekum most of you. Obekum ansa na abato ne yato. I'm telling you. Some mo pese mo de mo nsa ekeka Nyankopon ni a wo Nyankopon be ma ne srada so. No be twamo se nkyekere if your main one sana because enya muma bresu e na mo be tie tua e wo main so na ma say your main mahomo maso na mu ho na mu nim huni edwentifo mu need sense of renewal of your minds. No adan ya wa nya banche eguso aye bode adan Adiayin na mo may assume say enwe afi won say mirikatuo mo dwane te say Philistine a soldier for krika mo nia brise keke afi Ghana for mo misawom where are the top NPP people at the political front no wo hene where are they also be ID.
All right, so that is ensema Justice Kweku Anan or the two edwa na ye ko nsem fufuru mu a Mugabe mercy so the nsem bia betudwa or ye comparison be serious one as that na utie nsem o kana mimidimani adi akire the current leadership of our judiciary no in fact a very dull and is like ensabi wo akire aye control mu ye mami Justice Gertrude Tokono sese no maame no de bia meka aka emrete obi na MPP de omo tenure of office no mo de aba wiye senka medina enka meya ade a ebemu nya the good record just like a Kufado your president enka meya ade a ebe ma me good legacy because I think say mami uwie wodwuma the 6th of January 2025 odi wadwuma to honoma it will be very difficult say obesinya be serve in Aban because brand appointment in buy kwa na nkofo ka se mami we wanyin kakra nimfie kwa animu so such an appointment no any kwan se wonya but although ye na wini ye president ye ka asema ono Phyllis ade a oye obeye okay amano e na obeye so osnobe the whole country ena oye den o mama me no appointment now ode mama me no yenim se appointment no the man no and a opese o taking no in every length or go to every extent to manipulate things, because oshe cases are a cost or honoma. Maybe I made the way by example anti LGBTQ plus bill na parliament a year jumano. Arabia or say your friend of the last guy, Richard, the last guy, or tam asemno, di kopim ewo Supreme Court no. Eno enam so ama ene President Akufo-Addo when me sign the bill no ema ne mbeye mbra ewo hanom. You see how our Supreme Court enya abotra na omo etna asem ne so, and yemfa asem we so 2020 elections bra NDC for nti niema biase a omo edikopiem ewo court. Yenhwe how ane niema isiko maame Jemensa, another appointee no so odi omanya bropa the electoral commissioner no, she has every right to go to court and be interrogated by the judges, but judges no eshelde no, I mean omu protecting her from that interrogations because they think say oba we ni fika. How can you declare results 3 consecutive times and even more than that? In our history, political history, it has not happened before. No electoral commissioner has done such a thing before. So you need, and I say she needed to explain to the whole country, the entire country, again this is from Ghana for our minus no more petty. But the Supreme Court shielded her, so money kasa. So it is obvious here, Mami Sofia Kufu, any, the other chief justices on which no mu bejuma, pa, but that of Tokonu, the electoral commissioner there. In fact, it's like they are being manipulated and being influenced by the president. Yes, one really has Anna Becker, and of course, Sentisa Enka. Some of these issues about Bontina Ghana for, they are eager to hear, they are eager to get explanation to that. This woman will never do that. For example, me 2 million much we see, and this form demanded for forensic audit because of electoral register kosui. A hunsen bibri. Mammy say onye also on forensic audit and forensic auditor china. But this same woman brano IE she organized that forensic auditing, the same thing. And I don't know this time around what has changed. Anyway, yanko ti Mugabe mercy or the gumbi natwaso na uti semna urane kana uti so facts, and some of these people no say we atemo mudinu edi tunchenga na uti nsemo mo kana. In fact, apart from they are affiliated to certain political party which is NDC they are passionate about this country's development, and ayana amunsem no majority of them no no kware. Majority of them no no kware through do enyen no mudi. Yenkoti owura no emfa bra yakoba de aka bia no yede beto aso ewo yem platform wi, so mesro se do comment betum na wala like dwumadi na wa subscribe to your channel no for latest updates. Se wunya nye ya yenti Mugabe mercy gumbi yemfa to aso.
Justice Sophia Akufu. Facebook Live, Power 979, TVS WZ Ghana. Current judiciary has become too predictable. Former Chief Justice Sophia Akufu. And Tokunia Otesono, she's not better than this woman. Mami we, Emrenim Tokuno Supreme Court, what they say, Chief Justice, she's not better than this woman. Position of Kurano, Mami were Kurano for several years. And today, it is not politicians who are talking. Listen and listen very well. Today, It is not politicians who are talking. It is not journalists who are talking. It is not the clergy who are talking. But former Chief Justice. Money interest, but more interest as to who's where seat in your vacant and your vacant. I want more interest. But money interest. I want 93% of Ghanaians here. Kandapa said it. And now they make I say, let's be reflective. Yaman kompon koyachi. One day, the table will turn. The will of the people, no court can change it. The will of the people. If the people decide, say, they are voting for number 8, no court can change the will of the people. No court. I'm saying it here, watch my lips. I said no court can change the will of the people. This is not birth certificate issue. No court. This is not birth certificate issue. No court can change the will of the people. Come 7th December 2024. Over the weekend, the judges, Bantima, Mumu change Biba. Abba, Ade. Every day, Abba court. Yakwa pine. Every day, Abba court. Yakwa pine. Jimmy for one day, Quaka San Nadia, Adabraka. Abba. And this is what the former Chief Justice is saying. Say the current Chief Justice say this way, one in the court for no. Be baby, and I say, I am predictable. You can predict. See a court is saying BC. We'll go to court, we'll go to court. No, everybody will go to court. Afanya Markins will go to court. What is in that court? And what is your interest there? What interest? And I'm more. Every day we'll go to court. The Speaker of Parliament, Babin, he knows the laws more than those sitting in the Supreme Court. He understands the law. The man was called to the bar way back in 1984. Satam nasa judges in the do heaven. And more say, Parliament, remove weaken your Parliament, you know. That is what is happening now. Will be a separation of powers. The current judiciary want to weaken our Parliament. Bibi Ayako Court. I did see ya way back in 2020, 2020, is it 2019? But another year, President, you see ya 2019, and then you see ya. NPP as a political party now, etimi sake hopes na doya, Boniface Abubakar Sadiq, etimi sake bo ya Abia Samoa, every party num, se omakodi anachemete no, and then there, Kofoko, a year party no mu ko promise lusu, no mo say NPP no maton kwata ya paya because of your greediness, selfish interest. Those useless guy call himself a year Afanyo Markins. It's such a useless nonsense. Nonsense. And he is there insulting Joy FM and other media houses. Useless caricature. Who belong to Freemason and now who are you? Bring it on. Afanyo Markins. That small boy in the spiritual realm, you're a small boy. Because of Freemason, you feel like you are on top of everything in this country. Arrogance. Who feels like useless caricature, baga bigger for your markets. Joy for a minority leader. You be that minority leader tag no a better forever. Look at the stupidity. And we are condoning all this nonsense in this country. You see, 2019 and 2024 there, useless ones managing the affairs of this country. Useless ones. And then, as I'm speaking right now, go to Castle right now. Here, go to Castle. Year 2, they say archaeologists. Year 2 Castle inside the hall. Me person Ghana for whom baby. I mean Osu na me broadcast live. Go to Castle today. Tipo trust and I'm ho. You move 2 form our Castle ho. And crown form assassin. Year 2 form our Castle ho. Womo de anwane kwa. This is breaking news. I'm saying it on authority. Castle, womu tutu ho, yenim de omode beye. Womu tu anwane de ko. Power to the people. Share on baby on my way no akono. Let's call a spade a spade. Si atrawa say oh, this is former Chief Justice one ekasa. And send the former Chief Justice Sebekano. Yenye National Security, the current National Security Minister. Waka say Judiciary no. Maybe omoko no. Eya you. From 7th January 2025, Ghana be there. Interesting times ahead. Ghana be there. Let's listen to the current National Security Minister, Honorable Kandapa. His statement to make here about the judiciary. If
the interpretation of the law is tilted so much in our favor all the time, people will start accusing the judiciary and will not have the confidence that they need. If the interpretation of the law is tilted so much in our favor all the time, people will start accusing the judiciary and will not have the confidence. If the interpretation of the law is tilted so much in our favor all the time, people will start accusing the judiciary and will not have the confidence that they need. If the interpretation of the law is tilted so much in our favor all the time, people will start accusing the judiciary and will not have the confidence that they need.
Fantastic. This is coming from the current National Security Minister. This is not coming from you. This is not coming from Atankule Gabiga Mugabe Salifu Masio. Penny no. It is coming from Papa Wofri Ayakwabre in the certain region of the Republic of Ghana. Maybe a friend say he mind Nidin Ede Honorable Kan Dapa. One statement here wa making no. And today, see our National Security Minister Abekan we na yenya a former Chief Justice here. Nana do na appointed Sama Meno as Chief Justice too. Nana do better kwenya so the first Chief Justice so appointed Esufaya Kufu. So today, Esufaya Kufu na Nana do appointed na wakwa hojijie mu no. Can't you say the current? Can't you say the previous? Was it the current judiciary? Omubi biya predictable. We offer me enye. Ope obi ache na no ache Esufaya Kufu. O kan dia meka ho asem. And enra my friend abamba be say woni ni team ni nyina anya den na na do Kufuado na wo mu ade no enam na ho ofe enti Kufuado enam na ho ofe enti wo mu obi a wo Ghana ha na Kufuado president atonesa afre speaker of parliament say brani ani komo because mo say bufu aye den aba mo makmanu mu kwasha kutokrom bi koye meeting wi a I don't want to say certain things. Makmanu ni nkofo bi koye meeting wi na decision ba wi a na makofre speaker so omra mede mugu papa na ma si wi a ma friend so omra mi ni nkomo papa we wakọ parliament na wona na do nkọ parliament na ma friend say omra ni nkomo na say oni ni leadership ni panifo nyina akopie mu ewo eye Jubilee House a efonyi a wo hwe nyina no eye Jubilee House abra na nado eto ne safre eye speaker of parliament right honorable Aban Babin ya woni ne panifo ekọ eye na nado ho efonyi e na wo hwe no live TVS WZ Ghana Power 979 wo like page na wo share efonyi a wo hwe nyina no eye ho na speaker on na ekọ no wasa ne che agi ne kiki kama ya wapake ne Land Cruiser V8 esi ho ene ya maame doyo ho right nyo no a ene wo mo kan ho yes ene wo mo ekọ no twa ne ti kama woni speaker edi nkomo ene ni legal team ni ade na do afran say bra Jubilee House ne nyeden na ye ni nkomo speaker ko na do one na do ene speaker ye den edi nkomo wie ya Would you mummy video ne kakra? Speaker dey say kasa wo mummy he kakra. Anaye. Yankoi. Speaker free na na do wa free hope. Na afanyo markets ne nko for bailiff. Ya best serve speaker. And every you're the useless minority leader. Afanyo made a member from minority won't you walk here and you will see your smoothness level. That's useless baga bigger caricature. Small boy. Yet see Afanyo Markins.
The Supreme Court has just informed me that the process of the court, that is the ruling of the court, has been successfully served on Parliament through the Director of Legal, Mr. Nanateria Och. So we thank God that Parliament at long last has subjected itself to court processes and has taken service. So we look forward to Parliament respecting the orders and the directions of the Supreme Court. So that is the good news this afternoon, that the bailiff has just served Parliament.
Leader, what does it mean for tomorrow especially?
Oh, well, it's not for me. But what is important is that Parliament has received service. And there's no other question again, no controversy. The court ruled that its orders be served on Parliament. And upon being served, Parliament should file its defense within 7 days. Parliament so far has demonstrated that it's law-abiding. From its conduct this afternoon, compared to last week when the same Director of Legal was not ready to receive service. Now he has willingly received service. They didn't have to throw it at him. They didn't even have to put it on his table. He has received it, signed for it, and that is the beauty of democracy. So I think something positive is working somewhere. Let's see how it goes. Like I said, MPP will use brain work, no brow. We're not going to organize people to flood the precincts of Parliament to make noise with placards. We don't need it. We respect the law. Let the law work.
Well, let the law work. What? Give a call from Supreme Court. So one friend from Supreme Court. Who called? The money at no. This gentleman, if we say minority, what the hot bound on pet, but we a minority leader, whether you like it or not. Here we have just 47 days to make a good decision. They kill what? 8. The useless IGP sitting at the police headquarters, no. Won ni interest biasa nkofo ekun 8 no. Ye do mo bekọ court. Near prosecute you. Only interest. Woni interest bia o. See ebe prosecute sa nipa 8 no. Sa nipa 8 no, omo spirit, omo saman e na air fight mo Parliament won. Wobia kwato abawo. Look at how fear and panic see Afanyo Markins and no call for so. And take it or leave it. Afanyo, that useless gentleman, useless, baga biga Afanyo, whether you like it or not. The court can decide today. The court can decide today. The court can take a decision today. The court can take a decision tomorrow. The court can take a decision on the 6th of December 2024. By 7th December, that day, John Mahama day, a Saturday born. That a Saturday. That day, 7th December 2024. No. Supreme Court cannot take any decision. Watch my lips. No court can take decision on that 7th December 2024. But the virtue of the NDC is coming again. The second coming of John Mahama, no. I want to move There are so many ways of killing a cat. If they are listening, I'm not here to mention names. I said there are so many ways of killing a cat. By Sajo Mama and this for Mutia way. I never was a Jomaham Baba winning. That's how useless. I find your market for Bequaka say Supreme Court in fact injunction and to so said the bear using in your day, it to mean declare resource. But do you think that we wait for the Electoral Commission to declare John Mahama as a winner? Abra said Director of IT, Dr. Omane Buama, Dr. Boateng, ene Ayamadi, computer, ene Yaya Kwakumu, Omu Tali Bibia, ne who is NDC Yawenia, we will start jubilating. We will take over the streets in all the 16 regions across the country. And we know what they are doing. Bringing bad boys from Boko and Co. Bringing the bad boys from Boko. And they Blue Gate to Amuya meeting. Oh. They are planning for tomorrow. I'm saying it without fear or favor. They are having a meeting right now. Close to Accra Sports Stadium. Planning for tomorrow. What happened on the 9th of a year? January 20 a year 2021 no ABCB mo sa soldiers for na omoko invade parliament no it will never happen again. We are ready. The last of Ayariga Suini Okujoto wow yekonu buga jomo peso mo hunu mo NDC, we are the majority in parliament. Take it or leave it. And wachina, achina, say the parliament besi aya den wachina no. E besi woni sesi ya kachire wo. Say una na yabre o. Yabre. Ye de mudi yakogumaba. Yabre o. Enyo nyeni baba akofo ne nanane abrewa o ensema ya ka sesi ano turumu sam ada chief justice anim ya ma metokunu Ghana fo nyina ha o say turumu ne yampe o yampe ye bibi fa ho eno de mu ni interest eno de monka ho asem ba fanyo market mu dwane ba mo ho a edana Mobema ruling. Yamire. Somebody say from my lord. My lord Kasian was raw and he's watching. Make a baby. Yama me Ayaso Fire Akufu, former Chief Justice. She was appointed by Nana Akufuado. Nidindi Akufu, Sophia Akufu, Mamini Akasano, was it the current judiciary? Ubibia Moyebiano, is there Adaho Pefe, Maya. When your deba are predictable. Well, over the weekend, yes, I coach Shaki.
So my endo bibiasi, but mon fan chemi for the sake of say audio no ebiana went me anye de went me ntini na ebiana nka wo press certain point bi. First audio no kwaku anan ni show a front line into call the YouTube page ni mo a obetime akutie the full audio etime video kra Samsung akọ TV SYZ and so Power FM obetime akutie omo ensem na Mugabe Mercy yekoti ba sisi na bibia etime akoso enti nyankopon hyiraw se wetime ahwe ya bedru this far. But adia ba akwa mechanism me de bia meka and it is not like a mega metan amanyuku MPP o me maintain MPP after NDC for bar me nya hwim film omo ba sa subanya NDC for MPP for the team yeah the same thing and anhwe ya anhwe ya we menka so mo be yo but anhwe ya sa no mo be but no kwase me wo me say MPP ayeni omoti CCA Ti analysis ni ye. Omo gye akwandwa 7th of January 2021. First of all, Yewura President Akufo-Addo ka kire Ghana for so ba the ministers will be, you know. I mean the government appointees, the ministers, Minister for Education, Minister for Interior, Minister for, you know, Energy and other ministers for various sectors. Okachire say Mbro 80. It is not going to be more than 80. But Nyamieni no corridor. Ye na ye nim de asi okroma, they are more than 80. Ministers are ye Akufo-Addo yi omo a omo ye adwuma no, they are more than 80. Not to talk of the CEOs, the director generals, any deputies. You see, it is sometimes ununderstandable. This same government Bawumia, you Dr. Bawumia or Kahubi. Onana aye bibia, but Edu baby, doctor say already he was like driver's mate. Someone in driver's mate. Ono die na oye circle kaneshi odoko udrum transeko de wo musipai no labadi teshi nungwa barrier ono sa no so ti ono ye apranki no is like a meat and we ludum kofogum. But other Ghanaians so kase se una na oye mate dia, then you have a lot of powers to influence this government positively towards Ghanaians. Send se hunti. Me ena me control driver no. Se ye do nungwa na se me yeden me funny part na mo. Me catch a driver no, hey stop. Na yenye de yemfa esimasimfa na nshim. Just like Bawumia, why vice president also you have driver's mate. Sa appointment be koso. And never be koso na se nya. You are in a good position to tell the government. Enana Oye, the chairman of the economic management team. Bawumia, and see I know the chairman of it. So if all these things happens to our economy and Ghana you see the air so far against the dollar, and you still call yourself saying to a bank farmer now mayor president, you be say ura solutions ben na dey bossy. Bold solutions benya or say oh me ba digitalization. Of course Ghana digitalization is not a policy, it is a process whereby a countries always pass through when you are in a good stable economy. Do you get me? That is way a layman explanation I made more. Digitalization is a woko when you said the Ghana you shall see 1992 no me GDA say anya sambi 1992 the one is it no sisi yentisa telephones address be brief first na you could you know sa telephone no mo twon dia Thomas but then sa de no you use no offices. Do you get me? So as time goes on no na sa nima we nyina no e de ne ho ba. So you can't tell Ghanaians say digitalization is by forcefully your project or your policy. Meanwhile aban bi obeba so Yewura President Kufuor Jack President Kufuor in 2001 bro bedi so eba ya 2007 ni de kika ka 2008 omu yi ne twase akodwa ema NPP ko opposition no ameka se metro ono na o introduce NHIS National Health Insurance Scheme e ukuruba, and it was digital into the card the kwa na o ma hwe so na mo you folder e the amount o ma hwe say o qualify. Are you still in the NHIS program? We na yede what na digitalization. So you can't tell Ghanaians Bawumia we a digital man into by force Ghanaians should vote for you. No, you told us point blank say oba our dollar no then time for free 3 cedis 80 pesos. So yebe running to 4 cities. Not for 4 cities. And I'm with the BPM 2016, 2017. Then time can catch the Ghana for so bar over rationalizing. Be 1:1 for CD $1. Do you get me? But yimbisa. And then what is the state of the dollar? Once a $1 16 cedis. Almost 17 and ne kikako. And drama check your crown echo. Egusua ye echo. And then Ghana ye inflation at the same. A dear now will turn 1 cedi 50 pesos. Kinky omo free some na dokono enkran dokono kinky na eye 1 cedi 50 pesos. And then bisa omo yi no 7 cedis 10 cedis 5 cedis. Oni me be ya adwene. Enti upon all this analysis, na se yewra Dr Bawumia, yem vice president, etiminya adaji, ejina platform so catches yentu abamano. Memakacho, it is your own choice for you to go and vote for NDC. But mean for so, and the Mekacho said this time around, don't make an attempt to vote for NPP because this for 8 good years, and yet we haven't seen anything. That is the facts. Free SHS, I salute you, Nanado, why dear papa, the Viameka, Nanado, ye can't be a NDC for criticizing free SHS heavily. Almost some of them progressively free. But Yimbisa, you were Kufado Shase free SHS 2017. You were doing a lot. A honum crana fe now did Medina ban. In name said, dear be our Shasia ups and downs. I mean, the negative part. Away the positive part, and in conclusion, we face a lot of challenges. But your papa, your president, any then time, Matthew Opoku Prempe, I know ye the education minister, a jumana so a jumani. But a na ye kwe any man can was a emiano. What has happened to the free SHS? To the extent that the president Ababon Chabeka said, if you can't afford the free SHS, better take your word to free paying. Into the business afford now your president the best share honor. You can't be free. What is the meaning of free? So afford it is now explaining the NDC progressively free no. Meboa. Sam will be a and ocean ye can't crow. Ye can't cry and natural because this is reality. We ne koso. Into the biameka, Meme Papa Akufado. I will always applaud them for the free SHS. I will introduce you because more ya dear. A lot of encofor ano munye ni daso aku school. And this country, so I say in this modern world, at least unya SHS, education. It is very good. Utimi start with juma, utimi the ope, and you suddenly become successful person. But and then beside the status of it. Asante bedi atoga bi asaroche da kon kindu furata and the achim mafias ni bisum no and they have squandered all the money and you pump into free SHS money ginano in 2016, 2018, 2019 and then almost sesika asante bedi to a fan account and then fa kindu furata account sesika ni na kudi omo ebe den and free SHS etimi akọ nanim yanko panchira mamimfa wunsi ma take you time a lot. Mess also be like Idumadi wa share na fufro. Enye bi share na bibi etimi akoso. Ahanum Mega TV. Of course, we are one of the authentic platformer. Yedi assembly to on mebeka no kwachiro. And we will let you know me makacho me mini NDC, mini NPP. And nobody from NDC can call me say you can pay my NDC. Nobody can call me from MPP say you can pay my MPP. Me to one mami nipa be a gun and me share the ekoswa. From 2016 to from 2008 to 2016 the course. If I compare those 16 years now, you can my 16 years now. And that is what I want every Ghanaian to do. At least 18 years I know say witness from 2008 to 2016. I need 2024. kaboma 16 years ana mewa enti no check saa dini na fatwa ba because one year is an out na say o twen say o me twen ma politician bi abe family ma kokrom odi me akotena car so na yakosisi billboards na no me wo no ma na menya information bi madam for pa ayini ni wie many ko university UDS. Some of them no because of unemployment na their identity adwuma bia no moye omudi NPP for echi ekosi billboards and electricity charge na any electricity na eko wahwere ne nkwa you be busy for yourself, don't follow any politician because fight for the profession in future neduma na opio. You can attest to the fact say MP senkanye election time yanka uhunu wo constituency. How many days do you see your MP in your constituency? Senye 6 matcha na ye bi na dru na obebonsa. And it is very very sad. Anya sa na eto aba mo so monye. It is any pan oto betia na Nyankopon kra be hira wo na otimi akowani. Me ma me chie ba for United States, New York. Ma me ehwe program yi pa Nyankopon hira wo. Sansona me papa baako Mr. Philip. Oso papa me frɛ why. Adan me hu me score no but we need to eto de be busy. Yes. Ono so wo United States Nyankopon hira dedi. Sansona me ma me roye bi UK. Nyankopon hira me ma me di bi ohwe me. Ena me bra baako enso Canada. Ono so hwe pa owura Nyankopon hira wo. Odi aya o si me mbodi nti. Yeah, nti and other parts of the world. So we Europe, so war baby awubia Nyankopon hira Africa. Ghana has so dem support really deep. Support really deep. Enti said the etie no ma memfa we see na meso se babia adu ni de. Oh, a lot of things to say. But modina na fa comment ni tom na ne hia pa nso se obe like idumadi no na wa share na foforo enye bia hwe. Makra, bye bye.